Big pools is 2,000 gallons, 2,500 gallons that we actually can dump into and suck out the water. So if we have something that could slide underneath, they'll catch all the water. And then have a pump. We have electric on these trucks. We have 120 volts. So we could run a pump that could pump the water back onto the truck to be able to do that. So it recirculates. So everything that falls on the ground would fall into that pool. The pump picks that up, puts it back into the tank to be able to do something like that. So that might be a possibility. Now you're catching everything. You're catching valves, you're catching connections, anything that's happening. And sometimes when we're refilling the truck, it actually overflows. So that water we really could use, it's overflowing. If it got caught up in that, we probably could get 150 gallons, 200 gallons at a time.
So why don't you guys do that today? You probably could go to Myers to buy a couple of plastic wading pools and that. So why? That's one of the challenges they have to answer is, are they trying to enhance an existing idea or doing something revolutionary, brand new?
This would be something new. I've never seen done anywhere where you do something underneath that could do that. Normally we've got pretty good water supplies. As cities grow up, towns grow up, you get more and more water supply out. We still have a lot of areas. Texas Township doesn't have a lot of hydrants out there. We've got some of our outlying areas that don't have the hydrants. So if they don't have the hydrant, the water is so critical, especially in that initial time we're waiting for other people to get there. And we're calling Alan or Cooper, whoever we need to do to get them out there. We need water, we need it quickly, because these run out of water really fast. We have to be very judicious on the use of water. And that's tough when you get a house that's burning and you got to pull your crews, because as soon as we start running out of water, we feel we're going to run out of water, we're pulling crews out. So we can't do our job. We're waiting on that water to show up. Water shows up, now we got to go back in, so we got to reset and do everything. And if we could stay doing our job for a little bit longer, that 150 gallons could be the critical piece that we need to get that over. I think one of the reasons you don't see that is because of some of the places don't have issues with water. In Ashtabula, a lot of the areas we've got great water pressure. I mean, we almost don't have to run the pump. It's amazing how much water pressure we have. But when we get in those outlying areas, which do happen, that's where it becomes somewhat of a critical problem. So
that might be an option for them. So their original thought of having a box with some type of like a vacuum, does that sound like something that would be practical?
The biggest problem you got is you get the hose coming out.
Yeah.
So now you've got with the box, you got that, and that water's under tremendous pressure.
Right.
So it's spraying out with that. So if we had somewhere we could get that down, and like I said, when you see these things under in operation like we just came from, there's water pouring out the bottom of these trucks. To be able to do
So
that.
how big would the pool have to be? And
I
would it go
say that if we make something about 10 or 12 feet long that goes
underneath the
entire
truck?
thing, and we could probably get, so that's fit in between the wheels. So if we did something that was, let's say 6 feet, so 10 by 6. So you got 60 square feet, and if you could do it about 16 to 18 inches, that would slide under, you can capture quite a bit of water. So you could do a calculation. If you had 16 inches times 6 by 10, what would it be? That would really help you out as far as knowing how much gallonage you could get. Then they could figure out, if I've got that coming in, what kind of a pump would I need to get up to the tank again to recirculate? How big of a hose?
So they've come up with a concept for a pool and then a pump as well. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys don't already have the pump. This would be
We
something
don't.
they would have
That would
to,
be something that, and that could be something that could be a gasoline engine type pump, or it could be electric. Most of our engines have electric, so we do have.
So you do have electric if
Yeah,
you're out
we got
someplace
120 and 220 volts available to us. So we're running generators here, so that could be a very valid way of being able to work.
And those are probably normally more reliable because on an electric star, you just push a button here. They don't have a gas engine.
I don't have to worry about bad gas. I don't have to worry about running out of gas.
Okay.
So those are usually not that high of a draw, so we should be able to put that type of a pump system in and make it work perfectly.
Okay.
So
the other idea they had outside of, so the way they were describing the box is kind of like a collar on the hose. So when you attach the hose, the box would attach this with magnets.
Okay.
And then inside it would create a vacuum. And then that was the idea of it again, kind of acts as a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Another thought was to create kind of, again, a collar that when you hook up the hose to the valve, it's like a rubber sleeve that you'd suck the air, so it kind of acts like it's a Band-Aid.
Sure.
Or like if you were patching an inner tube of a tire.
No, it sounds like a good idea.
The thing is, of course, they have to be quick. It can't be something like, oh, I have to wait 5 minutes for this thing to vacuumize type thing. So
That's a big thing, and we've got, you've got a 45-degree angle or so, or actually probably a 30-degree angle here. You've got straight, so you've got a wide variety of things. That's why the thought of maybe capturing everything.
Okay.
on that. So no matter what's leaking, you're catching all that water to be able to do that.
Yeah, and I think that was the one thing we probably thought was the valves were all different sizes, and that's why. I know some kids had ideas like, well, just have a tool to tighten things. It sounds like you're already doing, but then I was like, well, but I need 20 wrenches for 20 different valves, and I don't have time to find out which is the right thing.
Well,
so.
you saw today how that goes with us. We had multiple calls in a very short period of time, and you heard them tone us back out. They're saying, hey, we've got an active fire. We need more people here. We just didn't have enough people.
Yeah.
That's why I had to leave
Yeah.
to be able to go.